Hello friends, it's Julie with Butterfly Papers, and today we are once again going through boxes in my craft room under the desk. It seems like under the desk had a lot of stuff. I don't know how so much stuff can fit in there, but it happens. So I wanted to share with you some of the comments, wonderful comments that I received, because I know there's quite a few of you who have said, and probably haven't said, that you are struggling with this too, that you want to do this too, or you have gone through this already. So take this as encouragement to you as well. One of my first comments was from Adrian, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, Adrian Hart, and this person said, I've learned that just because I have a space, shelf, box, doesn't mean I have to fill it up. Good luck, and I'd start by tackling a small area at a time so you don't get discouraged. Then Carmen Roses 4281 says, yes, you can achieve that goal, which is the minimalism. I did it too. It took 3 vanfuls to Goodwill and kept only the things I loved. And I still have a packed tiny corner, but I made it homey and use baskets, crates, and have all my crafts contained. So it is possible. Darcy's Mixed Media, who also went through some decluttering, said, it took me a month to go through my studio with RA slowing me down. I also have RA, rheumatoid arthritis. I've been watching some of her videos. Then What Jen Ren says, I know the pain of this disaster. I too have had one over a year now, but I will tell you that it's finally took a turn, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I promise. And she's also had a bad year of autoimmune flares and send hugs. There may be quite a few of us who deal with chronic conditions, or you just have other life challenges. Gita's Diary says, I have just discovered your channel today. You're in the middle of organizing all your art materials, and that makes your video inspiring to us who are consistently going through that. Yes, so we are not alone. There's probably quite a few of us who have this chronic issue of having too much stuff and not organized. Then Masalness 8219 says that she woke up and said she wanted to dedicate the month of January to organizing her crafts, and she's going to spend crafting for that month. So she shares her craft space with her bedroom. Sounds quite challenging. So she's going to be getting some inspiration and starting in January. This Kiss says that she's noticed having a capsule of essential supplies when I journal helps as a starting point. From there, I'm able to see what I actually need and don't need, then eliminating feels easier. The key is just to start. Go small, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be. So that's great encouragement. Creative Solstice says, try a destash. Make your prices so appealing that they are priced to sell out fast. Okay, so I have done some declutter boxes, and I do have one available, and that is going to be my destash box number 3. I will have it up on my Ko-fi, and I am going to do it differently this time. Instead of putting a flat price, I'm just putting the minimum of flat rate shipping, about what it costs, plus fees that I have to pay. And it is a little bit different for each state. So anyways, and then you name your own price. If you like the box and you can't afford much, I'll take whatever you can pay. I do have to put a minimum of $1 because that's what Ko-fi says. Or if you really like it and say, I want to give you a tip, here's, this much money. And what do you think it's worth? So I am not going to judge on what somebody wants to pay for this box, because we all have different budgets, different likes, different values. And I will have that available after this video is out, probably within the hour after this video comes out, if I get my timing right. I'm sorry if I don't get it right. It's all just experimental right now. So look for that, and I will have more boxes coming up. Mariku11 says, I literally thought that exact term, junk journal minimalist, the other day. Thing is, I have no choice but to keep my supplies neat and somewhat minimalistic, because she has a 1-bedroom apartment with 2 children and no craft room. That sounds challenging. And I think we should make it a thing. Let's do hashtag junk journal minimalism and share it everywhere. Let's make a new one. Wanda Kuzike, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. So she has learned that a few things I've learned is it didn't get this way overnight, so don't expect it to get perfect overnight. Very valid point. Take one day at a time. She's also had to learn to not use her room as a dumping ground, which was happening. Oh my goodness, yes. Especially with the holidays coming up. I have quit that, but it took me a bit to get that one to stick. You'll get there. And lastly, if you have daycares and play schools, they appreciate crafty stuff for donations. I am donating quite a few to my local thrift store, which helps my food shelf. Then figure out what you need first, then go buy. Saves a whole lot of, I thought it would work, and now the bins have served no purpose. But a plan is the first step. Good luck. Banani5480 says she spent the last few months doing a full house declutter. She is 70% done. Just dropped off her last kitchenware to the secondhand store. Congratulations, yay! So she's been working on craft stationery collection. She agrees with the comment that everyone is different and on their own journey of downsizing, so don't give up or take those negative comments to heart. Good luck on your decluttering journey, and just start and make that first step. So we have a theme here, just start. Just do it. Start small. Lab Girl Reed says, I feel your anxiety. I don't know if I was anxious, but maybe I am. I'm in the same predicament and find the more I pull out to declutter, the more overwhelmed I feel. Then I get discouraged and want to quit. She's 75 and realizes her children will not want to go through this when she's gone. With determination, perhaps it is possible to become a minimalist. I'm rooting for all of us collectors, not hoarding at all, because to become more organized and less cluttered. Yes, you don't have to become a minimalist. I don't know if I will become a minimalist, but I just need that mentality to get through this. Here's Joyous Pilgrim 942. My husband made a suggestion, which I decided to follow. He suggested that I pick the next 12 projects that I want to work on and remove everything else from my space. I wrote each project on an index card, prioritized them, and pinned them to a piece of styrofoam which I set on my work table. Now my floor is clear and the stuff on my shelves is related to my projects. Now I am going through the stuff I removed from my workspace, a few boxes a day, to aggregate stuff to store in labeled, dated bins in the basement. My plan is to have gone through everything I removed before Thanksgiving. That is a wonderful plan, and she's got such a nice, supportive husband there. Honestly, that plan would not work for me. I did try that when I was doing knitting because I'm very much a process person, process crafter, and also a rebel. But I know for some people, this idea will work well for you. It all depends on the way you like to do things and how you organize too. Cheryl Morning 7339 says, your words inspired me so much today. Thank you for speaking so much truth. And I agree, it is spiritual warfare. Your video really strengthens me. And thank you so much, because everybody has been very positive and affirming and cheering me on and everyone else on that has been in the comments. So do look at the comments of this and the other videos. Rev CMF says, I understand your pain. I'm disabled, work part-time, and do all sorts of paper crafts. I live alone, so it's in my living room, dining room, even though my craft room is master bedroom. So yes, it is hard when you have health issues. Mary Gallo 2174. My mess is so bad since I have been disabled with a joint disease, among others, since 2004. She did crafting, quilting, jewelry making, you name it. Okay, who's a multi-crafter? She has tools and supplies for it, and they are in the bins in the basement. Her junk journaling stash is starting to take over her breezeway. And good luck to both of us. It will take time and we have to deal with the pain, but we can do it. Thank you so much for your video. Yes, we can do it, just a little at a time. So I'm so glad you all are here with me on this journey. Leanne S. 1876 says, this is This is the way I'm trying to do mine, one box or bin at a time. All of my storage is empty, so I'm putting things away as I go through the boxes. Congratulations on your storage being empty. That's wonderful. Karen Ann 1965 says, you are speaking my language. I have been destashing and organizing yarn specifically in 2025. So she only wants what she loves and is designated for a project. Here it is, having purpose, defining what you want in your space. It doesn't have to be for a project like this one and the other lady, but you need to define what do you want in your space. My goal is to get to the place where I have a project in mind and buy the yarn for it. I'm getting close. I have this year started art journaling and junk journaling. I don't want to be spending all my time looking through things, moving around and reorganizing. I want to be creating. The muscle I've developed in regard to minimizing has gotten very strong. Yes, the more you do this, the better you get. I love your 3-cart limit for junk journaling. Would like to have my things contained at the very most 3 carts. Peace from Virginia Beach. Darla W. says that she also has been following Dana K. White for several years and saw the series with Cara Brandon, but finds it difficult to apply the concepts to her room. And watching videos and letting it sink in helped her a lot for her craft supplies. The decluttering question, when I can't quickly answer where I would look for it first, would I even know I had it, has made me realize that no, I wouldn't. When going through things on an individual level, of course, I love it. But the truth is that a lot of it I forgot that I even had, and have not missed it now that it's gone. As crafters, we are very ingenious, and there are very few things that would completely stop us on a project because we didn't have it. That's a very good point. There's so many things that when we go through our craft rooms, we didn't realize we had it, or like, I haven't seen this in a long time. And if we get rid of it, we probably don't miss it. And if the purpose that we needed it for, we can find something else. I mean, basically, junk journaling started with junk. Here's a fun one. Deborah Popovich, 5010, says, hello, kindred spirit and sister in Christ. I too live in Montana in the Kootenai Forest near Libby, up in the northwest part of the state. And am in the overwhelming process of decluttering, integrating, thinning, and organizing my craft art supplies as well. So she moved here from Arizona 4 years ago, and where she had a dedicated craft room and a shed. So yeah, now she doesn't. Downsizing hardly seems sufficient for what I'm going through. I've been blessed with a ton of stuff since we moved. All my really good supplies are still in storage. Now I'm unpacking the storage treasures and trying to incorporate it all together while simultaneously thinning and making my space organized and ready for work. The struggle is real, sister, and I will be praying for you as you work through the process. Yes, that sounds like quite a project. And sometimes when we have so much stuff, it almost feels like a burden that we have to go through it and through it and through it. So this is why, part of the reason why I'm doing this, so I don't have to go through stuff, sort through it, and spend days organizing. Katrine Lieber, 7238, says, I'm working through my craft room also. I'm not sure I want to be a minimalist, but I need more order in my life. It makes me crazy to hunt for things. Yes, another person who doesn't want to hunt. My brain can't handle it. I have been decluttering for a few years. Adding more bookcases and storage places is working. My health slows me down. I'm trying to be patient and not feel guilty. Sending hugs. You know, there's no need to feel guilty. You're not alone. We people with crafting, this crafting gene or whatever you call it. We love to craft. We'd rather craft than clean. Am I right? And then hunting for things slows us down. So let's try to get a little bit more organized. And in future videos, I will show you the things that I have organized so that I don't have to hunt for things. Brittany Linger says, I was in the same boat a couple years ago. My boyfriend moved and we had a baby. That meant I had to downsize to make room for them. I had stuff everywhere. May I suggest you don't get rid of everything right away? Yes, you can be a craft minimalist, but it may take a couple years to get there. Unless you really wanted to do it right now. I find that that between November, January months, I do a reset of my inventory and get rid of a lot. So that's good to have an annual goal. My craft style changes a lot, and I no longer need a lot of stuff I had. I have gotten rid of a lot of my stuff, and it really is freeing. And I'm about to, in the boat, to do it again this year, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you can achieve what you are looking for and get the minimalist carts working for you. Thank you. The reason why I say I'm just default getting rid of everything, because I need that mentality. I need to not have that decision in my mind of everything that I pick up. Should I keep it? Should I not? What should I do with it? In my mind, so I don't get decision fatigue, I need to just say, I'm just getting rid of it. I'm not keeping it. And then then on the rare case where there's something that I want to keep, I will. But that just helps me with not having to make decisions. Sunflowers and Crafts 00 says, I'm in the process of purging my craft room. Thanks for your video and sharing your honesty. I will be checking in with you. I need to be accountable. I have a whole journey to go, plus a busy life. I will get there. I need to hear this. You inspired me. So yes, Sunflowers, yes, we are on this together, along with the other ladies and gentlemen that we've been talking to. So yes, thank you so much, you all, for the encouragement. And look for the destash box that I have if you're interested. I won't judge if you just want to pay $1 or whatever you want to pay. There is a shipping charge, which isn't cheap. So do look for that destash box. It should be out within the hour. And if I did it right, so if I didn't, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next page, and the next box, and the next box. Goodbye.